Hello lovelies, how are we doing this evening? I hope you're doing well. Now I'm not much of a bartender or a drinker really, maybe occasionally on holidays, but I tend to go back to my barista skills when mixing a cocktail. So tonight I am sipping on kind of a version of a spiked Kahlua chai. Might sound weird, but it's a very cozy cocktail and fitting for this fall evening, I think. So sit back and relax as we chat about what 2020 has been, and I'm going to also be answering some questions that some of you sent in. So cheers, lovelies. 2020, what a shit show, right? But that's a given, okay? I could sit here and talk about how 2020 has been super difficult all of the ways, and it would be hours upon hours, but it probably wasn't anything you haven't already thought of yourself or heard from somebody else, right? 2020 has been difficult for me in probably different ways than you or a lot of people are. I don't do a lot of socializing as it is, so lockdown and quarantine hasn't affected me greatly. It does a little bit, especially as we're headed into the holiday season. I won't be seeing some of my family, you know what I mean, because I'm not going to gatherings. So it has affected me. I will say 2020 has hit my business pretty hard. My photography business has been pretty difficult. Lots of canceled things, obviously, for like social gathering, shoots, events, things like that, which, you know, I can't really blame them. Obviously, I've been totally for not huge gatherings and social distancing and wear a mask and all that stuff, so I can't really blame them, but that has been pretty difficult from a work perspective of things, of course. I have had to be extra cautious because I have multiple medical conditions that will make me more susceptible, or if I was to get COVID, it could be pretty deadly for me, pretty much. My lungs are not the strongest. So those are like the main things that really hit. I've just been working on my house and continuing to make videos for you guys, so some things haven't really changed a lot for me. However, as we move forward into the end of 2020, like January is upon us, right? I think my level of handling bullshit is gone. I just can't handle some of the bullshit that I see people doing, saying. Their actions speak much louder than their words, and I'm kind of over it. And I feel like that maybe really inspired this chatty, ranty video. There were a few particular things that really recently, like, sent me over the edge of, like, I'm over people and how they are treating the state of this world, basically. Now, a lot of these are celebrities, bigger YouTubers, and then there's, like, the regular people that I see that just don't care. And things like that. So let's start with like the celebrities and bigger YouTubers. Okay, you have all of these celebrities, now not all of them, some of them are taking it seriously, which I appreciate, that are not taking it seriously. You have the huge gatherings, the parties like it's nothing, the trips to Hawaii, the trips to private islands that I'm sure all of us saw on social media because they're so rich they had to post things like that. Meanwhile, so many of us are struggling to pay basic bills or put food on the table. Now, I get it. They're rich. Good on them. I'm sure I would love to be that rich. But it is clearly a read the room situation. So very many of us are struggling through this year. And so to just go on a private jet to here and have to share it, and it's so good to get away, and it's just like, I'm so over that bullshit need to show off the influencer status, if you will. Maybe I'm just jealous. You know, maybe I'm jealous that I'm not rich, that I'm not them going off to a private island. But it annoyed me pretty bad. Moving into the YouTuber part of this, and this is really truly not to do with any ASMR artists. So I obviously watch other YouTubers, and there's some that it's getting to the point where I don't know if I want to watch their content anymore. They are channels that I used to love their vlogs, their personality, just watching them go about their life, and now everything is an infomercial. And well, I get it, make your money. It's hard for them to get your sponsorships. I have nothing against sponsorships. Like, I've done sponsorships, they can do as many sponsorships as they like, but some of the time it is, once again, a read the room situation where they mention a product that is so insanely expensive and they just like brush it off like it is nothing. Like, yes, you need this fancy ass bracelet because that's definitely a core item you need right now in this world where people can't put food on the table. Yes, please buy this $200 bracelet. Or it's the lead in their vlogs to constantly be out shopping for decor, for redoing their house again. Like, they are out redecorating their living room again, so they have to go to 10 different stores and touch everything, and then they go do this, and they have to show you, of course, everything because it's part of their vlog, their haul. And I haven't had a problem with like shopping vlogs or hauls or things like that, but there's a few particular channels that I've watched them for a long time, and when this is like the 5th time you've redecorated your bedroom or you've redecorated your living room in the middle of a pandemic, maybe that's how they cope. For me, it's just a read the room situation. And I don't know, maybe I am being far too sensitive to some of these people, but it's just rubbed me the wrong way. And it's also the attitude behind it. I feel like that is a big thing. When I see other channels doing hauls or sponsorships or anything like that, and they just seem, I don't know, very down to earth about it, or honest. Honest is a huge thing too. And then over here you compare it to the people that are bugging me that seem very fake when selling these products. Like, they don't actually use them. Or very snobby and like, I'm so awesome, I can go buy this expensive stuff and the pandemic hasn't affected me at all and I'm just gonna live my life. Wouldn't that be nice? For some of these pages, I know I'm not the only one that feels kind of like this, because I've seen comments that are pretty much saying the same thing that I'm saying. I don't leave hate comments. I don't. It's something that I don't do. I think it's a waste of time. If I decide to stop watching a channel, then I will stop watching a channel. I don't feel the need to announce it. I don't feel the need to send that person hate, because maybe they are struggling behind the scenes. And I hope that there is some sort of human aspect to them that is just not this fake persona that they are displaying in front of the camera. I kind of mentioned this in a vlog recently, and especially on this channel here, if you watch my vlogs, I am just like myself. I'm pretty real in my vlogs, but I'm a smaller creator. I feel like when you get to the bigger creators, or even, you know, medium level creators, if they start to get some of that attitude or the mindset that, you know, they're so famous and they can do whatever they want, it loses me. Maybe that's how they cope. I don't know. I just wish that some of these famous people, these influencers, I'm really over the influencer thing too. Like, everything has to be perfect and all of that, and like some of these people, like they they're vlogging and they like wake up in bed and they have makeup on already. It's like the fake Instagram, fake life that's not real. And I'm really over it. Like, my patience for that, if 2020 has done anything to me, it's really just ruined my patience for influencers or creators that are like that. I would much rather watch people that seem, at least to me, down to earth, or that are real and not this fake attitude of I am better than you. Once again, read the room. People are dying. People are losing their jobs. Their businesses are going out of business. Like, it's really hard times for people. So before you post that video bragging about how much new clothes and jewelry and how you're gonna do this and, you know, private jet to Hawaii here, maybe calm down a little bit. Humble yourself. Wear a mask. And don't be such a snob. Another thing is, like, the influencers always having to sell something. Once again, get your coin. I get it. Sponsorships, it's fine. It gets a little iffy for me when it's fairly obvious that the person, like, doesn't use it or it's just a money grab, whatever. But, you know, do you. Everyone can do whatever they want on their channel. But everything does not have to be about buying something. Like, content does not have to be about buying something. I love anti-hauls, and I mostly watch Abby Williamson's anti-hauls, which have to do with the beauty community most of the time. Sometimes she does other things too, but I think those are a fantastic way of, like, no, you don't always have to be buying something. I know that the beauty industry and all of these other industries are always coming out with new things, but it always doesn't have to be about, like, what you bought here or what you bought there, especially during a pandemic. Am I being over the top? Am I too sensitive? Perhaps. But if anything, that's what 2020 did to me. I am now Grumpy Grouch, the Grinch. So now that we're done with that, I'm going to pull up some lovely questions that you guys asked me for this cocktail with Cass. Sorry, I can't help but tap on things. I'm an ASMR artist. Sorry. Let's pull up the phone. What is the silliest movie or TV show that you still somehow like? A lot of comedy that I watch would probably be considered silly, but I still really enjoy it, like comedy movies. Something that's more of like a guilty pleasure for me that I have gotten shit for in the past is Sister Wives. I find Sister Wives so fascinating. I do not want to be a sister wife. I'm not interested in their religion. I'm not interested in any of that, but it's fascinating. And it's like, I don't know, trashy TLC reality shows. I find Sister Wives to be super fascinating. So it's definitely like a guilty pleasure show of mine. Most overrated and underrated food. So I personally think, let's start with the overrated. I find bacon to be overrated. I know. But bacon doesn't have to go on everything. I like bacon, it's fine, but I feel like bacon is everywhere. It's bacon everything. You have to put bacon on absolutely everything where it doesn't belong. Bacon soda, bacon flavored this, bacon scent. I feel like it's overrated. I don't eat it. I also find chocolate to be overrated because I'm not a huge chocolate person. I do like white chocolate and sometimes milk chocolate, but overall I'm just not a chocolate person. I never have been, so I tend to find that chocolate for me is overrated. Now underrated, I think olives are underrated, or might be random, but I know a lot of people don't like olives. I've loved black olives for my whole life, and I've recently got more into like the green olives and things like that. I think they're underrated. I was actually just talking about looking up recipes to like do like an olive based something. I don't know, like pasta or something that has a lot of olives in it, because I think they're underrated. What is your all-time favorite coffee blend? I tend to really like the Christmas blend from Starbucks. I think it has to do with like memories. You guys ever have like memories with tastes and things like that. I have like some good memories with Christmas blend from Starbucks, so I tend to like that, which is surprising because that's actually a dark blend, and I usually go for medium roast, so that's surprising. And we have, whenever you are feeling down or tired, what helps you feel motivated again? Inspiration is super helpful for me. I like to be inspired by things, so whether that is movies, music, TV shows, going outside, anything and everything can inspire me for different photography or videos or writing or whatever I am working on. Through this year though, I've taken days. I'm really bad about that. At one of my previous jobs, I left with so much sick time left because I never took days off. And I'm the same way working for myself. I never take days or time. I always feel like I have to be working on something. I have to be editing, or I need to be planning this or doing this. And lately, I think it's 2020, because lately I've had days where I'm just like, no, I don't want to. Nope. I'm gonna take a chill day. I don't want to do that today. I don't have to do that today. It doesn't have to be done right this second. So, no, I'm not gonna do that today. So I think that's part of self-care that has come out of this year, or just my give a shit meter is broken and I'm all just like, whatever. No, I'll do it later. Procrastination, maybe. We'll call it self-care. That sounds better. Do you ever feel lonely romantically? Maybe. I pretty much said like any questions for this. So yeah, I will say that I am more of a independent person. I have no problem being by myself or doing things by myself. It's never really bothered me. I've always been quite independent, but yeah, I would say that there are times, especially as the years go on, that I do feel lonely occasionally, and then I see the effort it would take to actually like start dating or any of that scene, that I just have no idea how to sort out that mess, and it seems like an awful lot of work. So I'm just like, maybe the lonely time is okay. Maybe it's okay. But yeah, I do. I think a lot of people do. It doesn't bother me as much. Maybe as I age, it's getting more. And it's not like a biological clock thing, dear God, no. But yeah, definitely. I think that's pretty natural if you're by yourself. Even if you're independent or you're okay with being by yourself, you can still feel lonely and like want to have like a significant other. You know what I mean? So, yes. This next one actually kind of goes along with that. It is best romantic holiday memory. Yeah, totally goes along with that. I have never actually had a significant other for the holiday season. Like, none of that. I have to live through my life through Hallmark movies and Christmas movies because, yeah, never had a relationship during the holidays. No kiss under the mistletoe or kiss at the stroke of midnight on New Year's for me, folks. I'm quite tragic. Looks like it's so pretty in the movies. Who Wants to Be My Holiday? Has anybody watched that movie? I thought that movie was super cute. I need a holiday. But yeah, kind of sad that I don't have any memories like that. How was your relationship with your family? Ooh. Dun, dun, dun. You know, a couple years ago I would have been like, it's fine, it's great. And then a huge explosion that is my life happened. And it's iffy. It's iffy. There's people that I was super close with that now I'm clearly on the outskirts of their life. There's other people that I still try to see. This year's obviously been different. It's been more phone calls because I haven't really been getting together with certain family members or groups or friends, anything like that, right? 2020, yay, what a year. So I still have different portions of family. I have like this side of family, this side of family, you know, different sides of family. And some of them I am closer with, others I just, I don't know. I don't think they care about me as much as they once did. So I'm not going to put that effort in. You know what I mean? Don't do that to yourself. I live with my mom. My mom and I went in on a house together. So I would hope that our relationship is pretty good. I would hope. But yeah, it's a bit of ups and downs. Quite different than it was a few years ago. But that's life. And I've seen some families that have way more drama than me. I have quite a bit of drama though, to be fair. But it could always be worse. Especially this year. What is your biggest regret? Looking back, I do regret not going to film school. I got into a film school in California. I was accepted to it. And I didn't go. Partially because of being able to afford it. The big move to California, getting my car down there, the anxiety of having no one there, because that part of California, like, there was no one I knew. I would have completely been starting over all by myself, and I just don't think I was ready or prepared for that. But looking back, it is a bit of a regret. Where would I be if I would have gone to film school at that point in my life? I wouldn't have started my YouTube channel, because that was years afterwards. So it's like, you take some, you never know. It's the big what if. But I do regret it sometimes because of the what if of what I could be doing right now if I would have liked film school. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So I don't really know where I see myself. I have like the what I would hope I am in 5 years, you know, still doing things that I love, having a job where I can be creative, whether that still be photography and video making or whatever it is that I am passionate about. I would love to be more financially stable, you know, just goals and dreams of that sort. Whether that is where I will be, I have no idea, but just these simple happy things in life is what I hope to see myself as in 5 years time. It'll be 2025, oh my god. Are there any characters that influence your style or that you would love to dress like? Ooh, so we made a list here because my fashion sense is like all over the place. Most of the time it's like lazy cuteness is my word. But other times there are definitely certain characters that I would love to dress more like if like I was going for that vibe, because the aesthetic of some of these characters is very different from one another. So it would have to depend on what vibe I'm going for if I would like to dress up like these characters. One of the first ones that immediately came to mind is Lydia Dietz. She is totally a mood with the dark clothing, lacy stuff, the big black hats, totally a mood, and I would love to dress like Lydia more often. Most of my wardrobe is black, so I feel like I'm halfway there. Another group of stylish ladies that I would love to dress more like, just because I like their fashion sense anytime I watch this show, is like the ladies from Vampire Diaries. So focusing on like on Bonnie and Catherine and Elena sometimes. I love their outfits. They're very like dark Mystic Falls high school, but they're still super cute. So some of those I would like to dress up like, I feel like, on a day-to-day. And if you're talking more like vintage style, because I do like vintage looks as well, I immediately thought of Grace Kelly from the movie Rear Window. Some of her looks are just like iconic in that movie and so like beautiful and classy. So if I'm into that vintage vibe, like Grace Kelly, your Rear Window would be a look. Are there any specific decades that you gravitate towards? I love some of the past decades because of their music or their movies, the vibe of them, the fashion of them. There's a lot of different decades that I appreciate. Like the 40s I just find to be beautiful, and then there's something like fun about the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, all those things that I find very interesting. Part of me says that I would gravitate more towards like the 40s just because of the vibe of it, but at the same time I am very happy that I was born in the modern day because I would not have fit in any place back then, because I would have probably been deemed as a crazy witchy woman that wasn't getting married, that wasn't at-home housewife with her kids, and I would have been just the crazy town lady in any of those, some of those past decades. Once you get, you know, more into like past the 50s housewife type thing, maybe into like the 60s and 70s, maybe I would have fit in a little bit better. But whew, and you can't go back any further, because then I would have definitely been seen as that crazy witchy woman that didn't have a husband. Burned at the stake. What is your moon sign and what is your rising as well? So my moon sign is in Scorpio. My ascending sign is Cancer. And my sun sign, my regular sign, whatever, is Gemini. So Gemini, Scorpio, and Cancer. I had to relook that up because I always forget what my moon and my rising are. Now you can look up all my details and read all the things about what my personality is supposed to be and whatnot. Do you find yourself to be a spiritual person? Yes, I am much more of a like spiritual, my own path sort of thing. A lot of my beliefs and things that I gravitate towards have a lot to do with nature and natural things, and kind of lean towards certain followings and certain traditions that certain groups of people practice. I wouldn't say that I'm like a religious person or follow a dead set religion, but yeah, I think spiritual and like my own little garden of spirituality is a good way to describe my beliefs. What places or countries would you like to visit in the future and why? Let's see, how many, I wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wrote down 5 countries to narrow it down for this video. So why I want to visit them and the countries. So we have England. England I've always just wanted to see, just because of some of the, like, the more tourist attractions. I do have a couple different friends in England too that need to take me as their tour guide. Come on, you know you want to be my tour guide. So England has always been one that I really wanted to see. Italy is another one. So many places in Italy I would love to see. It really feels like a dream vacation because there's just like so many spots that I would want to see throughout the whole country. Love to go to Italy. Greece is another one that I just think looks breathtaking. Like all the like white houses on the hill, and the water just looks so beautifully blue and all of that. I would love to see some of that. I don't know, Greece just looks so beautiful. Ireland is another one that the countryside looks absolutely breathtaking. So many of these places I would love to go and photograph. I would just have my camera on me at all times and just snapping pictures galore in all of these beautiful places, and Ireland is no different. And then Thailand is another one because how beautiful the water looks and some of the places that you can see that aren't like anything around me. So I included that on my list too. So England, Italy, Greece, Ireland, and Thailand. There's a bunch more too. I would love to travel more. Corona. I act like I would have the money to go travel to those places if it wasn't for COVID, but I'd be a lot better off than I am. What states have you visited or want to visit? So I have visited Washington and Oregon several times. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I am in Washington and Oregon all the time. California, I recently visited last year when I went to Disneyland. Georgia, I was there for like a quick layover. I don't even think it counts. It was like a 30-minute layover. Colorado was also a layover, but the flight got canceled, so I did actually spend one night in Colorado, but all I saw was the hotel because I got there when it was dark out, and then the next day, early morning, was when the next flight left, so I barely got to see Colorado. And then North Carolina I traveled to, and I mostly saw the area Wilmington, so those are the states that I have been to. Where would I want to see? Hawaii. Please take me to Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii. It looks so pretty. I would like to see more of California. because I was just pretty much Disneyland when I went. Also more of Colorado, because even though I spent the night there, like, I didn't get to see anything of Colorado. I barely got to see the airport, which is like crazy considering how huge the Denver airport is, but it was just like rush, 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 and missed flights and canceled flights, and I didn't get to see like any of Colorado. I would also like to see New York, and probably like parts of Louisiana, like New Orleans. I would love to see New Orleans. It's on like the bucket list as well. Although I don't think I could handle it during Mardi Gras. Just too many people. So I was also asked about my history as a photographer. I started taking pictures when I was really young, back when it was film. So I had to be particular, because you don't want to waste the whole roll of film. That's something that kids these days don't understand. But I would just use like my family's camera to take pictures of our cats, the animals, flowers in our yard, and I also started taking pictures of vintage cars from like car shows that my dad would take me to. So I started doing that, and then as I got older I started doing more like portraits with just my friends would be my models. As I got into high school I started doing more like actual like photo sessions, like more fancy portraits, family photos, what else, events, senior photos. My whole senior project in high school had to do with photography. I did a bunch of senior photos that year and other photos regarding like my big senior project. So photography was very much part of my life, and then after I graduated, like, I obviously just continued into more photography stuff, and today I still do portraits, family photos, senior photos, weddings, events, what else? Artsy fun stuff that I find to be fun, nature stuff around the Pacific Northwest, and that's pretty much it. And then of course over the years I was pretty much self-taught, and then like video started to merge in with it, and I was also more self-taught with editing and things like that, and then, you know, started my ASMR channel, started this channel. I did like fun little fan things for a while when I was younger, and then here we are. Who are some ASMRs that you wish you could work with? I'm sure there's a bunch. I will, however, say that I am blessed to have worked with some amazing talent, like people that I love their channels so much. They have either done like small little collabs with me, or they've been part of some of my bigger collabs. I have been extremely lucky to work with a lot of my favorites, so it would be like hard to pick some more. Let's see, what did I jot down in my notes? I would love to work with Amal, just because I love her. I would love that someday. Chiropractic medicine. Now, he's not a straightforward ASMR channel, but I would love to go and get my back adjusted by him. I love his videos so much. They are very ASMR worthy. I'd love to collab with him at some point, but I think he's in Pennsylvania or something like that. I also would love to work with Slight Sounds. I love her vibe and her aesthetic. So very relaxing. GB is awesome as well. Huge creator, obviously, but I love her placement in the ASMR community and her representation of it and things like that. So I'd love to work with her someday. I also love Amy K. She does awesome Star Wars videos, and you know your girl loves Star Wars, so that would be fun. I also think it would be fun to work with Fred's voice. There are about a million others that I would love to work with though. Those are just something I jotted down. I do sometimes get funny comments like, please collab with insert here. Please work with insert here. And while it would be awesome, they're most always huge creators, and even though ASMR is a smaller community, it's grown like crazy since when I started, but everyone doesn't know everybody. And especially when you're talking about like channels that have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and then there's little old me, like, I don't think they know I exist, so I'm not entirely sure that I can work with them. Maybe someday. I appreciate the comment and the suggestion, but I'm not ignoring you. I just don't think that they know me at all. I'm not on their radar. Are there any ASMR artists who have deactivated their accounts or haven't posted in forever that you miss? I did have to jot this down too because I actually went down my subscription list. DeLuca ASMR, I loved his videos were so immersive, the backgrounds, and he was really good with editing. Jade ASMR Garden, she disappeared like in a blink of an eye, and it was so unfortunate because I loved her content so much. Both her English videos and her Spanish videos. I loved it so much, and she just like disappeared. Quiet Noise, I would love to see her back again. I have done collabs with her and I would love to see her back, but she kind of comes and goes. Rachel the Hazy C, she was a channel that was fantastic years ago, but she hasn't posted in a really long time. I think she's re-uploaded some videos, but I loved her completely chill vibe back in the day. I would love to see her post more content. Snarky Whispers is another one that stopped posting videos quite a few years ago, but she was one that I really liked when I was first getting into ASMR. Springbok ASMR is another one that she kind of like up and disappeared. Thankfully, all of her amazing videos are still up on her channel. I was actually just watching one of them the other night. Violet's Voice, she's another one that's come back and forth a little bit. I'd love to see her come back. And then there was this other channel, and I think she must have deleted her channel because it's not in my subscriptions anymore. And it was like Gemma something. I loved her medical videos. They were so good. I loved her accent. And she's gone and disappeared, and I have no idea what her channel name was, and I'm pretty sure she deleted it. How's your drink going? What are some triggers that bother you or don't make sense to you for ASMR? This is a very weird pet peeve of mine. It's not even a pet peeve, it's just I don't like it. I don't like when in videos they test the blood pressure. I have no idea why. It doesn't bother me in real life. I have no idea why. And if you notice, like I almost never do it in my videos too because it bothers me. I don't know why, but I'll skip over. I love medical videos, but I'll skip over the blood pressure part every time. And I'm not entirely sure why. What would you do with the money if you won the lottery? I would fly to a private island and rub it in everybody's face during a pandemic. No, I'm kidding. My family and friends would be taken care of immediately. That would be just obvious. My medical bills would be gone, and hopefully some of my health problems would be gone if I could get, you know, excess medical care and things that do not come to those that do not have excess amount of money. I would also support so many artists, like whether like just any variation of artists. I would be buying your work from Etsy or your shop or local little shops. I would buy from them. I would support my favorite Patreons. I would support people's OnlyFans for some of their like photo sets or whatever. I would support like anybody that I know that was like trying to make a living doing something artistic. I would most definitely support them in any way I could. It would just be a dream of mine to be able to support people's passions. There's also a few different charities that I would love to give to and continually give to if I had ever won the lottery. And then I might even like, you know, create some other charities that would be dear to my heart. If I had the money and the access to that. So yeah, friends and family would be taken care of. My medical costs would be gone. Supporting artists, however their platform is, I would try to support artists and local businesses and some charities. Nothing. That's not too much. That's nothing at all. Give me all the money. And our final question. Would you ever make an OnlyFans? This seems to be the topic on everybody's mind lately because during this pandemic, a shit ton of people have created one. You do you. I've actually been asked a few times, and I don't take offense to it because I think it's the way that it's been brought up. Everyone's been super polite when they asked if I would do an OnlyFans or something of that nature. So I've just taken it as a compliment. I know that's not the case for some people, but other people have to deal with really creepy comments, and none of mine have been excess creepy. So cheers to that. I appreciate my followers not being creepy. Wouldn't it be nice to have that confidence to create an OnlyFans? I will say that if I ever did, it would be something fun, photography related, like photo sets and like, you know, my version of modeling with fun themes and things of that nature. Yes, I've thought about it. I have indeed. I've also thought about how nice the money would be and how helpful that would be for my medical bills. Yeah, that would be extremely helpful. But yeah, like photography spin on it, whether that be like more like boudoir style fun photos, cosplay type photos with like a I don't know, a spicy, sexy spin, I guess you would say. Obviously there's different degrees to what people post on OnlyFans. Some people just like do like their creative art stuff, and then you have the more full-on adult content, and I would never be at that level just because I couldn't do it. But like somewhere in the middle for like fun little sexy photo shoots could be super fun, could be very fun. Just pretend that I'm a model. But here's the thing is, I truly don't think that my confidence level could do it, could handle it. I don't think, because I truly don't really relate the term. I say like I would do like sexy cosplays, but I don't relate the term sexy to myself. So I think you have to have a bit more confidence to post there, and I see it there. I follow like so many people that have OnlyFans. I don't follow their OnlyFans because I'm poor, but I follow their social media, and it's like, more power to you. You do you, honey. And there's once again a variety of what they post, whether it's just like more like photo shoot stuff or like more adult content. You do you. If you're not hurting anybody, you do you. So I think the answer is I've thought about what type of content I would post and how fun the different photo themes and photo sets would be. But I don't know if I could ever do it. I would also be deadly terrified that I would put the effort in and announce it and no one would join. Oh my god. The embarrassment. And I'll just say it, even though it would be something completely different from my ASMR, I would immediately lose subscribers. I know for a fact I would. I've been pretty open with how I don't really do like sexy ASMR. Like, I relate ASMR to relaxation and sleep and anxiety relief or tingles, you know. And so I don't really do like the sexy ASMR. Once again, people can do whatever they want on their channels. You do you, boo. I'll stick to what I do. So even if it was my OnlyFans wasn't related to ASMR at all, I would lose subscribers on my channel. I just know it, because anything relating to more risky or spicy content, I just feel like some people would be super judgy, even though it wouldn't be like the adult content that they maybe think it is. I don't know. I feel like I would lose subscribers, and that would make me really sad, because I've worked so hard on my ASMR page. It would make me really sad to lose those subscribers, even if it was like over a silly reason, like a cosplay photo set. Alright, lovelies, that's been my cocktail with Cass. Those are the questions that you guys sent in, and my little bit of a rant with snobby YouTube and celebrities. During this year, I just feel like some people have taken the opportunity to be kinder, and other people have taken it to just like no fucks given sort of attitude, which is sad. As we go into the holiday season, maybe people will start be caring again. That would be nice. I wish that the holiday Christmas spirit could last all year with people being kind to one another, but that's just not the case. But not everyone is like that. I don't want to be like totally Debbie Downer. Not everybody is like that, and I follow some very positive influencers, if you will. I hate that term. I don't like the Instagram, like, I love Instagram because I like pictures, but the perfection that Instagram instills in people. There are some people that are out there, you know, trying to give back and hopefully, you know, being more caring to one another, and we can all kick this pandemic's ass, or vaccines in the future, or whatever. Social distance and face masks, all of those things that I seem to still be doing, but everybody else seems to not be doing. I worry for us after the holidays with gatherings. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for watching this video and hanging out with me. And I will see you guys in the next vlog, next video, ASMR video, whatever thing. Cheers. Bye, lovelies.